It's one of those things that you'll never forget, right? My heart was pounding to the point that I could feel it in my hands, in my head. Adrenaline was going through my veins. I was out of breath, exhausted, and as I looked down to the ground, I realized and remember, yeah, I'm 65 feet in the air right now. I've only got a few feet to go in order to get to the top of this wall, but I'm just so tired. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And so in a last-ditch effort, I get all the strength that I can together and I try to make that final move, and it happens, right? The one thing that I didn't want to do, my hand slips off and I start falling. And it's just like the movies. Everything goes slow motion. And you start to see that wall fall away, and it's 10 feet away, 15 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet. And finally, it happens, right? That harness that I put on before I started climbing this wall, the rope that's attached to it finally goes tight, and I start looking around and I look down at my buddy at the ground and he just starts laughing. And I realized for the first time, I'm taking a breath and sighing a sigh of relief because I realize, finally, I have a moment. Hey Daily Dosers, my name is Chase and I'm our campus pastor out at Temecula. And we're continuing on our series about the power of 12. And today I want to specifically talk about the power of partnership. Because you know what, I'm not gonna climb these walls. I'm not gonna do the crazy things that I do without having this backup, this rope that I know that I'm attached to, this safety net that I have. And there's a guy that is much smarter, much wiser than me that wrote about this back in Ecclesiastes. It's one of my favorite couple of verses. It's Ecclesiastes 4, verses 9 and 10. And Solomon wrote this: "Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up." See, Solomon wrote this knowing that, you know what, the work that you do, it's gonna be even better. You're gonna get even more return for the labor that you do if you have somebody else with you. But this is that word picture that I go back to over and over again, realizing that if I fall, I need someone in my corner. I need that safety net. I need somebody to help me up whenever stuff falls apart. Because it's not a matter of if something goes wrong, or if we fall, or if we struggle with something, it's really a matter of when. And I realized looking back on my buddy that I used to climb with all the time, we knew each other to the point that we could start seeing, oh, that guy's starting to get tired. We could voice opinions of, hey, this is what I think you should do, or we could encourage each other through difficult times. And in the same way, I start looking around at the circles that we're in and I start asking myself, who is that person that I have? Who knows me well enough that they know the temptations, the pitfalls that I have, that they can encourage me or challenge me beforehand? Hey, I don't think you should go and do that. Or maybe when I need that encouragement, when I am feeling down about something that's going on in life, they can read me well enough that they know, you know what, Chase needs this word of encouragement right now. He needs somebody to come alongside him and help him in this moment. See, this is what I would challenge all of us to do today. Just take a minute and start thinking, okay, who is that person that I have in my life that knows me and can read me that well? Because if we have that safety net, we can go and we can do incredible, courageous things. But if we go by ourselves, that's a dangerous spot to be at. So maybe as you think through, okay, who is that person for me? I would encourage you today, text that person, reach out to them, just say, hey, thanks. Thanks for having my back. Thanks for being that support for me whenever I have difficult times, whenever I need words of encouragement, whenever I need advice to take that next step. But then there's that question of, okay, I can't think of that person. And I would recommend just looking around and seeing who are the people in your lives that are close to you that could be that partner, who can read you, who can encourage you during those times. Because as much as we think this relationship and this going through life, we can do it by ourselves, and my relationship with God, it's an intimate thing. Although that is true, we're not supposed to do this alone. We need somebody that can come alongside us and say, you know what, this is what you need in this moment. Let's put these pieces back together. Let's get you back in a good position, and let's send you out like you're supposed to. Jesus sent disciples out in pairs of two. We're not supposed to go alone either. So as you go today, think about that person, text someone, and think about who that person in your corner can be. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.